Your pets at home may have plenty of love from you, your family, and friends, but there are many stray animals who need that love. Stray animals are animals who are on the street that have no one to care for them.
Mr. Harold said that you found a dog on campus and didn't take it to the animal shelter. Why?
Because it seems to me that a lot of times that they euthanize them and put them to sleep, and it was a nice dog. It didn't have any like violent tendencies or anything, and I felt like I could find it a home better than they could.
What would you have done if you didn't find the dog a home?
I would have. I was pretty determined to find it a home, and you know, it's with social media and everything else that's available to you, it's not really hard to do. All I gotta do is care.
What's your opinion about the animal shelter?
I think they're probably underfunded. I think they probably do the best that they can given the circumstances, because people don't take care of their business and spay and neuter their pets. So we have an inordinate number of animals that are out there and that aren't cared for, but I think that they do the best they can. Could they do a better job? Always.
8 million dogs and cats enter the shelters in the U.S. each year. More than half won't make it out alive.
Can you explain the process of putting an animal to sleep?
Yes. When they come in here and it's a client-owned pet, what I do is I give them a sedative beforehand so that they're really relaxed. And then once they're completely sleepy, I allow the owners to be present and I give them an intravenous injection of an overdose of anesthesia. And it contains pentobarbital and potassium chloride, which stops the heart, and the animal feels nothing.
What are the usual injuries of an animal?
Injuries we often see are leg injuries, so ligament damage, broken bones sometimes, especially in younger dogs, wounds from fighting, very, very common, abscesses in cats from fighting and things like that.
On average, if you combined LA County shelters, almost 200 dogs are euthanized every day.
Is it good to get your pet neutered? Why?
It's a good idea if you're not going to raise puppies, because if the females are spayed, they tend to have less chance with breast cancer. They don't come into heat two times a year for 3 weeks. As they get older, they don't have false pregnancies, and later in life, it minimizes uterine and ovarian cancer. So it's a real good idea if you're not going to raise puppies.
How many people actually get their pets fixed?
I would say the majority of them do once they are through raising puppies. So once a dog is, a year or 2 years old, I would say probably 90% of the dogs have their animals spayed or.
Have you ever suspected an animal being abused?
Yes, we sure do. Yes.
What did you do?
What did we do? Well, we have to make reports for it if we suspect that the owners or somebody else is abused. Like sometimes we see roosters that are used for cockfighting, or sometimes pit bulls are used for fighting. And if there's fights that are intentionally, what do? Well, we have to make reports for it if we suspect that the owners or somebody else is abused. Like sometimes we see roosters that are used for cockfighting, or sometimes pit bulls are used for fighting. And if there's fights that are intentionally there, we have to report it to animal control.
Approximately how many animals do you put to sleep a week?
I would say probably average of 2 a day, so probably 12 a week.
What's the most common illness that animals die from?
The 2 most common things are kidney disease and cancer. In cats, it's kidney disease followed by cancer. In dogs, it's cancer followed by kidney disease.
Only 20 to 30% of cats and dogs are adopted from shelters and rescues.